Hey guys, Rebecca back for the next episode of the Quintuple M, the Monday Mr. Money Mustache Motivation. Today's episode is coming from his blog post from August 5th, 2011, Making Money While Taking Vacations. This should be a good one because I am fixing to go to Scotland here in a couple of weeks. So let's jump right into this one. Well, we're home. As you may or may not have been aware, the Triple M family has been on the road since way back in June. We had a blast. Everyone is sun-kissed and skinny from being outside playing so much all summer. But aside from these obvious benefits, I got another surprise when we returned from this 6-week trip. A healthy pillow of cash had built up in the bank account while we were away not working. Usually people have to save up to take a vacation. They don't save up while taking a vacation. How did this happen? As it turns out, it was just the usual combination of thinking about things in a new way to shift the balance of life away from spending and towards earning. This first factor was renting out my own house. When you own a house and you go away on a long trip, you've got a huge asset sitting there not being enjoyed by anyone. As my own trips grew longer after retirement, I started wondering if it would be practical to rent the house out to a trusted person or family so they could pay me for being away. It turns out it was practical. If you know enough people and combine it with a little social networking or even Craigslist searching, you may be able to find a fantastic tenant to take care of your house for you and pay you handsomely for the privilege. In our case, another family we met through our son's preschool lives abroad most of the year, but spends every July in the U.S. Our house is a good candidate for a short-term rental. Fancy, yet relatively uncluttered since I like doing renovations, but not buying objects. So it was easy to sweep away embarrassing personal belongings and hide them in the basement and have the place looking like a classy hotel for our tenants. Net income, $2,000. The next factor was finding affordable transportation. Since we live almost 1,800 miles from our extended family, it is a hell of a drive. But the wife and son bypassed the driving by picking up a good sale on one-way flights to Canada. On departure day, I dropped them off at the airport, then continued east in order to drive myself separately. Normally, I would fly a distance like that, but for a long trip and with the requirement of bringing a van load of tools, I found it more practical to drive. I camped out in the van for the first night in Iowa and visited a friend the second night in Chicago. After that, I reached Canada. So all accommodations were free, including plane ticket, gas, and allowance for wear on my older self-maintained vehicle. We'll say net travel cost is $1,000. Once in Canada, I did the rounds of visiting, but also helped various people out with construction projects. Because I enjoy the work, I ended up doing several $1,000s of carpentry work on a cottage for free. The in-laws were so grateful. They gave us all food, drink, and even paid for the gas required to drive the tools to Canada and back. Net benefit of food, drink, and gas, $1,000. Since we were so busy doing family-oriented things, we found we did not have to buy anything at all on this trip. No Disneyland tickets, no shot glasses, no high-heeled shoes. The things we brought in our backpacks were all we needed. But we did still make one decadent purchase, a $100 sushi meal with good friends in downtown Ottawa where everything is rather expensive. Net discretionary expenditures during the entire trip, $100. On the way home, the whole Triple M family drove together, taking several days to do it and staying with family except the last 2 nights. Note to self, we need to make friends in Iowa and Nebraska to round out future trips. We got a little crazy and got pricey hotels both nights for a total of $250. Net travel home cost, $250. So the vacation looked like this. Income, $2,000 plus $1,000 equals $3,000. Expenditures, $1,000 plus $100 plus $250 equals $1,350. Net profit, $1,650. And meanwhile, while we were off spending nothing and enjoying life, the July and August rent checks rolled in from the rental house, adding another $4,800. With no mortgage and virtually no credit card bill this month, all of these new employees get to stay. What a great vacation. My point in all of this is not really to describe details of my own vacation, but rather to illustrate the mindset that can help any aspiring mustachian or early retiree get further in their own recreational plans. Although the vacation industry tries to encourage us to spend as much as possible, experiencing a new place actually does not have to be expensive at all. If you look at each step of the trip and figure out how to maximize the fun and cut out unnecessary costs, you too can probably travel virtually for free. And if you are taking a longer trip, I would definitely recommend using your home or apartment as an income booster for the duration. What were your most frugal versus most expensive vacations so far? Does the level of fun correlate with the level of spending, or is it actually an inverted relationship sometimes? So yeah, to be honest, I printed out this article a while ago and I hadn't read it in a long time, so I forgot what specific details he had put in this article. And honestly, I was expecting him to say that his investments had gained value or whatever while he was away for the 6 weeks. But no, all of this is just actual tips that Mr. Money Mustache used to make a little bit of money while he's on vacation. And yeah, those are interesting tips. I have heard of renting out your home while you're gone. And, that may be an option for some people. I don't think that I could ever convince my husband to do that. And honestly, I don't know if I would be 100% comfortable with that either, but hey, maybe. Have you ever done that for your home? Let me know down below. I know that house sitting is a way that some people make money. So yeah, maybe that would be an option for you, especially if you have a large social network and you're able to get people in that you kind of know through a friend of a friend, so to speak. He asks, what were your most frugal versus most expensive vacations so far? Does the level of fun correlate with the level of spending, or is it an inverted relationship sometimes? Honestly, for us, my husband and I, we like to go down to the beach and go fishing. And when we do this, truly, it's not that expensive. One tip that we use when we go down there to go fishing is we split the cost with my in-laws. The in-laws come down with us and we all stay in the same rental. And when we do that, we can split the cost with them, and that saves a ton of money when we do that. We don't rent out our house while we're gone. Typically, we only go down for a week at a time anyway because my husband and I both still work, so it's not like we can just up and take a 6-week vacation. But yeah, splitting the cost with another family if you're going to go on vacation is a great way to save some money, and one that we take advantage of frequently. And the amount of fun that we have while we're down there fishing, yeah, I would definitely say that it's worth it. And as far as most expensive trips go, you may think that this trip to Scotland coming up is going to be super expensive for me. I'm going for 2 weeks, which is amazing. But truly, this is probably not going to be that expensive of a vacation for me because my mom is the one who offered to take me on this trip. So she is paid for the tour that we're taking as well as my flights. So y'all, the only spending I will do is whatever food I eat over there and whatever souvenirs I want to bring back. That being said, if I see something and I want it, I'm probably not going to agonize over it all that much. I will probably buy the thing. So yeah, it could end up being an expensive trip. I guess we'll just have to see. But y'all, let me know down below. Have you taken expensive vacations, and would you say that they're worth it? Have you ever considered renting out your home while you're gone? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see y'all next Monday for the next episode of the Monday Mr. Money Mustache Motivation. If you have not yet subscribed, don't forget to go down below and drop a like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.